The way Chrome has been recently, the last thing I want to do is hand it my passwords all willy-nilly. That said, having a password manager in Chrome is just too convenient to give up. Many password managers claim to have good browser extensions, so in this video, I'm going to put their claims to the test and see if they're worth your time and money. Oh yeah, so here's a quick note from my sponsor, Common Sense. Google Password Manager is no longer bueno. Not just because Google is scammy, but because it keeps passwords locally. Each time you save a password, it's available both in the cloud for sharing with different devices, and the copy is stored in the browser itself. I know being a part of Google's infrastructure is convenient, but at some point you gotta ask yourself, is it safe? And the answer is no, absolutely not. While Google keeps paying off its 7-figure privacy lawsuit debts, let's entertain ourselves with the best password managers 2025 options with cloud-only password storage for Google Chrome. Now today I'm going to cover 5 potential replacements: NordPass, 1Password, RoboForm, Keeper, and Proton Pass. So these 5 have a few things in common: no local storage without user consent, zero-knowledge architecture ensuring providers have access to encrypted passwords only, effective browser extensions, easy password import, and plenty of additional features to raise my quality of life. Plus, you can grab any Chrome password manager with a significant discount. I've dropped the links for the best deals in the description below. Now, if I had to nominate one of them as the most versatile password manager in Chrome, NordPass would be the best all-in-one solution. From the fact that it's made by a reputable cybersecurity company to an advanced encryption protocol, NordPass is built to be a security and privacy powerhouse. With NordPass, I can set up multi-factor authentication to ensure that nobody can swipe my password and access the data that I store. Extra verification through SMS or a phone app will stop such an attempt. Now, I've already mentioned that it has zero-knowledge architecture, but knowing is only part of the deal. NordPass was also independently audited to ensure that promises of privacy are legitimate. But since you need a password manager for Chrome, let's take a look at the NordPass browser extension. It's honestly very simplistic and easy to use. Most of the time it just sits in the corner, only popping up if you needed to autofill a password, generate a new one, or remember a password on a first login. And I can also use passkeys straight from the extension for that new passwordless login method. Though I do still recommend using the NordPass app together with the extension. It's just easier to manage passwords and the check password health feature for duplicates and weak passwords through the app UI. Some of NordPass's features like email masking and data breach scanner are also easier to use with the big user-friendly UI. Overall, NordPass is a security powerhouse with many features that come at an affordable price, especially if you scan this QR code to claim the best NordPass deal. However, it's hard to find an option better than 1Password when it comes to a family-oriented Chrome browser password manager. So similarly to NordPass, it maintains the best security practices, and its zero-knowledge architecture has passed multiple independent audits and penetration tests as well. So it also has 2-factor authentication, a bit less secure than NordPass's MFA, but still more than enough for a casual user. As I've mentioned, 1Password is great for families thanks to the advanced vault management. So I can share, lock, and send passwords and folders between my family members in just a few clicks. Now, granted, it's not as comfortable to use this feature from 1Password extension's minimalistic UI, but in the app, now that's a different story. After all, it has a clear app layout with all the most important information explained. For instance, 1Password's Watchtower takes a look for passwords leaked online, and Travel Mode hides any passwords or folder that you want while you're abroad, so the data can't be accessed if you lose your device. But going back to extension, it's easy to use it for generating, autofilling, or saving passwords into your vaults. So one downside is that 1Password is a bit less beginner-friendly, expecting you to have some background info already. Still, as a versatile family option, it's definitely worth it, even with a steeper price point. Now that said, price is hardly an issue as long as you keep an eye out for my deals, and the QR code shouldn't be hard to notice, right? All right, next in line is RoboForm, the king of minimalism. Security-wise, I don't feel like expanding. I already covered all the main points when describing NordPass and 1Password. Encryption, zero-knowledge, audits, 2FA, the standard lineup. Now, where RoboForm stands out is its browser performance. It's one of the most minimalistic extensions that still manages to keep all the features RoboForm have available in its app. This includes password generation, autofill, data breach monitoring to detect leaks, and passkeys as well. And now, as far as password managers are concerned, RoboForm is a rare exception, which you can actually completely avoid the app if you want to. Of course, it doesn't have as many features as NordPass or 1Password, but it's also much more affordable. It's actually the cheapest password manager in this lineup. All right, so moving on. What's so nice about Keeper Google Chrome Password Manager? Well, I think you're already tired of hearing about baseline security. Encryption, zero knowledge, audits, MFA, boom, done. Now, notably, Keeper does have MFA and not 2FA, so already a bit better than 1Password or RoboForm. That said, feature-wise, it's a bit closer to 1Password, offering a decent variety of security features. I can use it to check for data leaks with the Breach Watch feature, autofill passwords straight from the browser extensions, and use passkeys right there as well. Now, as for unique features, Keeper can literally self-destruct, wiping all the data if someone attempts to access the vaults and fails too many times. Admittedly, not a super useful feature for a password manager in your browser, but it can come in handy if you've lost your device. Now, when it comes to pricing, Keeper is a bit pricier than RoboForm, which is closer to NordPass's cost level. Now, while I'm tired of listing each password manager's baseline security features, Proton Pass is likely the only exception to this rule. Now, while it also keeps the status quo with, the standard encryption, audited zero knowledge architecture, 2FA, and all that, it's also the only open source password manager in the list. Considering that it's part of Proton AG cybersecurity apps lineup, Proton Pass is big on privacy and the community loves it for this dedication. However, while I can definitely recommend Proton Pass as a privacy-focused replacement for Google Password Manager, it doesn't reach the versatility level of, say, NordPass or 1Password. Its browser extension version can only autofill passwords, generate new ones, use passkeys, and use dark web monitoring. And the app version is the same. There are just not that many features to discuss. Price-wise, Proton Pass stands in the middle. It's not as affordable as RoboForm, but it's definitely cheaper than 1Password. While there are minor differences between special features you can get with NordPass, 1Password, RoboForm, Keeper, and Proton Pass, the most important security elements are what I personally consider the most valuable for my Google Chrome security. The protection is leagues above what Google Password Manager offers, and this means you can stick with any of these options depending on which you like the most. Especially since there are discounts for each one of these providers waiting for you in the description below. Just click the link for the best deal. Thanks for watching. I hope you found what you were looking for, and let me know if you have any questions left, and I'll be here working on the next video. Stay tuned. Bye.